I mean, so can I.
as we continue once again inside the cultists area, you all just got done with battle and wondering...
Oh, did you start recording again?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you all wanted to do a short rest, you can take a short rest, but know that I will need all of you to make me survival checks, and if you get a high enough survival check, you can do so safely, but if you do not, you cannot.
So it's a group survival?
It's all your survivals added together to make a percentage.
16 for Possum.
Oh, how's Misty doing on health?
Give me 1
Misty
second.
didn't take any damage.
Okay. Do we have any buffs on us right now, Aurora?
If I need to, I can cast enhanced ability on somebody who's got a low wisdom.
Plus
That is a
I only-
7.
7.
Yeah, plus
Aurora and Graves.
Give me 1 moment.
Can I cast enhanced ability on Graves first?
No. Not allowed.
Okay.
Misty got a nat 20.
Oh,
Good job, Misty.
Got an 11.
28.
Graves got an 11.
Aurora and Misty pulling it in.
Dang. I have a +9. Nice.
Combined
That's
all together, it's
excellent.
105. You can take a long rest here if you so choose.
A long rest, damn.
I don't think that would
A
be
short
good
rest
idea.
constitutes at least a 50 or higher, but you got 105, meaning you could guarantee safety for a long rest.
Yeah. Like, everybody gets all their shit back on a long rest. I'll get my 4th and 5th level spells back.
Do we have a timer on us for the cultists? You said something about the longer that we're away.
Yes, there is a sort of timer in here, although I haven't really described that part.
That's what I was asking the party, because Graves beforehand was saying that, like, we needed to get going.
Yes, so roll me a history check to remember.
I'm gonna give her a hand with that.
Advantage history.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a 19.
So,
Well,
what you know is that the longer you stay in the cultist area, they slowly drain your spirit until eventually there's nothing but a husk left.
Oh.
But you said that if we're safe here, we're okay. That's not going to happen while we're taking a rest.
You're safe in the sense that nothing will come attack you, but the effects of the cultist area still have effect on you.
Does that affect what is that coming from? Is that like a faith thing? Is that a
That's true.
life drain? Like,
that is more of a spirit drain. It's coming from like the room and area itself. If you want to
we're
risk
right
it,
outside the door. We can go back outside the door and take a long rest. I'm just saying.
then you
Yeah.
risk reinforcements.
That is true.
You guys make the call. You've been here before, not me.
Well,
I'll say this. The more that your faith drains and the more that your spirit drains, the more, I don't want to say evil spirits, but the more that the shadow realm and realm of the dead starts to fuse with the realm of the living.
So here's my question: is how much, like,
is there a
do we
notice?
know, or do we know how much?
You wouldn't
It'll
have,
affect us?
you wouldn't know privy on time because you haven't found any extra information out about this. You just know
Well,
the
if
general.
I have the.
Do we notice? Have we been able to notice any sort of like an actual like noticeable drain on our spirit, like physically?
What were you going to ask, Thistle?
You can answer him.
So, to you right now, no. Not right now. Not yet, anyways. I don't know. Take a long rest and find out.
I'm gonna
We
say
can
in
do
all
a
your
short
heads.
rest.
I do have
I
the
don't think we need to do it now.
Book of Hope aspect, so if our faith starts to flag or wane, I can bolster it.
We
Yeah.
could just do it.
Do we need a long
I
rest
want
right
the
now?
people who need spell slots to because I'm only missing one currently. So
I'm
if
only
people
missing
need
one.
it, a long rest is fine.
I actually
Yeah.
didn't use my 5th level. I thought I did, but I didn't use my 5th level last in the combat. So
Yeah.
I still have some high level spells I can use.
I didn't use any of my spells. I only used key points.
I must
which I-
use.
So-
Okay.
so we can probably do it just a
Short rest? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You all take a short rest within the hall, and you feel a sort of eeriness begin to drag on you as you spend more time in here. And it's a little bit noticeable that you just feel a little off. That things...
Okay, well, knowing what I know, I want to use my Hope book and
back up the
bolster all of our faiths.
As you use the concept of hope to increase your faith. Are you using the aspect or the concept? Because it's important.
I don't have an aspect of Hope. I have I have a book.
So, you mean the concept.
Sure.
So you use the concept of hope, and you bring faith bolstering to everybody. Your weariness is not so much anymore. You feel all normal again, with just a slight hint of eeriness.
All right, so if anybody starts feeling weird or like their faith is being put to the test, let me know, okay?
Hmm.
Nah.
And if one has no faith,
Then you gain faith in whatever it is that you believe in. The self, the sanctity of life, whatever.
My faith in
Nature.
Lathander.
So,
What, Graves?
My faith in Lathander will never be weak.
I give you like a smile with all of my teeth and say, I'm so sure, baby.
but
It may crucially, but it shall never waver.
so
I believe you completely.
the traps that are on the arches and everything, do
Yeah, we didn't hit any of those.
no.
we didn't move around much.
So
In order to even go throughout the room, would we even run into any of the tripwires?
You could go around them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like, if we could just try to just go around the tripwires.
Well, you don't have to go down the
You don't
middle of
need
the room.
to.
You could go around, just you'll be closer to the golems if something does go wrong.
Oh, yeah. What do you guys think?
It's taking time on wires that we might get fucked over if we fail, or standing next to some things that are probably going to come out and fight us anyway.
Yeah,
let's go around.
yeah.
Around it is.
You go around. I roll a few checks. And nothing happens.
Beautiful.
As you all begin to go down the hallway, you come to a staircase. And as you come to a staircase, you can hear the twinings of a lute. And then you hear a bit of mariachi, a bit of like a mariachi band play with the lute.
Nice.
Including tubas.
Including tubas.
Do I
Wait,
like?
We came across what again? Mariachi band.
Oh.
Mariachi lute.
Do I
Do I like recognize what kind of song they're playing, or like
No, but you
any
can
kind
see at the top of the staircase there is a figure with the loot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can see them?
Yes, you all can see them. I'm uploading a photo.
Well, who do we have here?
Insight check. It's a 20. Dirty 20.
Okay, Thistle. You're not one for you're not one for knowing music theory or, musical lore. However, you know this player as the esteemed graveyard lootist. He was a bit of a punk artist, you could say, within the realm of the mythical world.
Dawson, we should get his autograph.
I am
Who do we
already
have
on
here?
it.
Then the mariachi immediately stops as he sees you. He then points to you, Thistle, as he then shreds on his lute a little bit, pointing his lute towards you. Give me a charisma save.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, I'll clap if I succeed. Let's see.
+4.
Plus 4. Okay. Plus 4 is a 28.
Okay. So there wasn't anything malice about it. It's just that he shot a bit of magic towards you with dancing lights as it surrounds you with a bit of a flashing lights of blue and yellow as he's shredding on his lute.
I'm gonna accept the dancing lights and I'm gonna give him a little round of applause.
Interesting. And who might you be?
He does
This
not
guy's
answer.
good.
We seem to run into a lot of bards lately.
You gonna ask for lessons?
No, I'm good.
He does not answer you, Graves.
What did you ask him, Graves?
I just asked him who he was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tell you whatever his name was.
When Thistle tells us, do I recognize any more about him? Maybe.
I was gonna ask the same thing.
You recognize how that he's famous for his uncouth music that does not match with the old timers of this generation, as he was seen as a delinquent punk.
He's too cool for school.
Emphasis on the punk.
Ah, rebel. My kind of guy.
He's like me, for real, for real.
He's gonna do the same thing. Wonder if he had read anything about him.
Roll me a history check.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my my intelligence bond to give me an advantage on intelligence checks. Nat 20.
Boom.
You know that through your time in the military that the military does not like this person at all, because whenever he is around, he throws these massive outlandish parties within the city that gets everybody riled up as he preaches the language of fuck the capitals, fuck the monarchs, join the union, forget the world, and rise up.
Okay, so alright, I know exactly who he is. Got it. Yeah. He's every late 90s to mid 2000s punk rock band all mixed into one person.
Oh, you're so
Specifically-
young, sweetheart.
He's Green Day, Evanescence, Linkin Park,
Are you
Biscuit.
kidding me?
Limp Bizkit.
He's the Sex
Neon Green.
Pistols.
All of these just rolled into
Specifically,
one.
you
Got
know
it.
that each time the military tried to catch him, he would use his magic and his loot to get away and almost disappear from sight.
He's the Sex Pistols. He's the Clash.
You-
He's Bad
You
Religion.
are, you are
Is-
wanted. I know who you are.
Is he a way of shadow monk? Or
Hey, one,
Do I recognize him?
one moment, yo, one moment, everybody. You are a wanted man, and no, the military has been looking for this man for ages. We have tried to capture him many times, and he's always managed to escape. And now it is my chance to put a decent show in for my supervisors.
That man
Is he still
provided
playing?
an excellent
Yeah, he's
show.
just been
If you
shredding the
arrest
whole
him, you are
time.
I'm gonna like
Cast a
stand over
dancing
near
light.
him with my book of
It's literally one of
concepts.
the most basic concepts.
So,
Okay.
before
I'm gonna
any of
ask him for an
that,
autograph.
are you approaching him with any malice, Thistle?
No, I want his
Okay.
autograph.
As you approach, step by step, you feel a vigor and an almost jive and funk to you as each step, you gain 5 feet of movement, and you feel a bit more caffeinated.
Oh god.
Jive
Hey,
and funk when
hey.
you're talking about the Clash. Okay.
Do I recognize him?
This will just start slam dancing.
Yeah, you just feel the fucking groove throughout you.
There's no groove. Oh my god. I'm gonna like grab Balsam and try to make a mosh pit with me.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm going over and joining.
You feel your soul
Balsam.
throw down.
Or,
Misty's slam dancing. You know it.
Yes, Misty will slam dance with you.
we'll have to join the fray on that.
You see him
now-
as he begins to stomp on the ground with one of his feet, and you see his
Aw.
boots begin to shake. And then, as he does his last shred, you see a bit of magic fling up from his hand as
Just sitting there funkin' pogoing.
he slams down his magic onto the staircase as fire erupts from the sides.
Are you
As the
feeling
fire,
the music?
as the fire erupts, Graves for the last minute of his concert or performance here has been slowly preparing this. Is going to cast Gaius at him.
Are you
my
doing this with
God.
malice?
Kid, what?
I wouldn't call it malice.
Are you intending to impede him or hurt him?
I am not intending to hurt him. I am intending to procure him
Capture
for
him.
the
Okay,
good
so
yes.
you're trying to capture him / stop him. I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
$27.
Ooh, you just pass.
Please tell me that Fuck the Police by NWA starts playing right now.
Sure.
Sweet.
Sorry, I just passed with a 27.
You just pass. You had to get 25.
He's a bard.
So you're casting geese on him?
Gaius, yep.
What does that do for him?
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
He has an immutable form, if that helps, so
I don't know what that means.
Saving throw.
you can't change his form.
I'm not intending to.
It's like a command spell. It's like a high-powered like command spell.
Yep, 5th level. It's essentially a big 5th level command.
That is a 26.
Yo.
Well, yeah, that fucking passes. What's it does? Yeah, nothing. That's right. That's
But I'm gonna start going up the stairs too. Do I see the other like musicians or like whatever else is playing as well?
No. It's just him.
Oh.
Following him upstairs.
You then see as he sidesteps from you, Thistle, and a illusionary copy of him begins to play, but it's playing another instrument.
Oh.
It's playing a bass lute, and he's playing a normal lute.
Interesting.
It looks exactly like him, but it's kind of vivid. Looks like an illusion, but it's not quite an illusion.
Is there anything else in this area or room that we're in?
Well, you walked up the steps to another area, and there's, you know, an upper platform and then another staircase that goes to an upper hallway. But he's just kind of like guarding this. I wouldn't say guarding this area. He's just kind of up here playing. If you try to approach the staircase, you notice that he kind of like sidesteps into your path and then shreds on his lute again.
But I'll ask him like, is it alright if we pass through here?
He shakes his head no.
Really wish you had the ability to play music on
Why?
here.
Why ever not? Why?
He does not answer you.
Is there anything we can do to allow us to pass?
He doesn't answer you and just begins to slam dance with his lute.
I don't want to fight the guy. He's not fucking aggressive. Can I see what's past the stairs? Well, just like standing there, or no?
No. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Sorry, is it stopping us from moving on?
Yes.
Great.
But he's not being aggressive about it, he's just like blocking us.
I'm still waiting for my autograph.
I can attempt confusion on him. And we can sneak by while he's confused.
Maybe.
Ah, so pocket sand.
It is the least violent thing I can think of.
Yeah, Go ahead.
I'm gonna start walking up the steps.
What's your intention?
Dejected.
No.
Are you going to try to stop him?
As soon as I get within a foot of him, I'm grabbing him by the throat and pulling him into a bear
Wisdom save.
He said bear hug. He didn't say grapple.
He said grabbed him by the throat.
You didn't let him finish.
He really did. That was kind of violent.
Oh my God,
25
so
passes.
violent.
Yes, it does. For a brief moment, you feel him strike on his lute, and you feel as if you feel yourself skip ahead a few beats almost in time for a short burst, and then you grapple him.
While this is happening, I'm just gonna kind of... Because I think this is our chance to go up the stairs.
I guess.
Well, all right.
What did you say, Thistle?
No.
I said Graves is in the pit. I'm just gonna like grab him by the shoulders and like shake him like, yeah, man.
Balsam. Stone. No.
What?
Balsam what?
What?
No.
Are you trying to get out of here?
He wants to
Before
take
you-
him to the military camp so they can lock him up.
While I have him in this bear hug, I squeeze a little bit tighter just to make my point known of, you're not going anywhere. Stone now.
Graves, you realize
He drops his.
Aurora?
He drops. You see, like his loot begin to crack a little bit under the pressure, and you just see a bit of like magic flare up underneath his hat, like in his eyes.
Don't even.
Here it
As I have him like this, I'm gonna cast the spell magic on his hat.
I'm casting Feeble Mind on Graves.
What is
you
Graves?
you cast a spell magic on his hat, and it's not so much that he was casting a spell, it's just he's showing the visual representation of like him being angry, but his prestidigitation is then dispelled.
Not the presentation.
What did you cast?
Never mind.
They were casting Enfeeble Mind on Graves. Are you going through with that?
Balsam, are you a corporate shill?
All over to Graves, like, Graves. And I'll go around to where he can
does that
see
mean?
me. And I'll say, Graves, look me in the eyes right now.
I'll wait until I hear what happens.
So what's everyone gonna do?
I stepped in front to where Graves can see me.
First
and I told
off,
him to look in my eyes.
Balsam, are you gonna smash the guy with a rock?
Was that what he wants me to do?
No, he wants him. He wants him to
Let
use
me-
the calling stone.
I think he
Yeah.
wants you to like rock out, man.
No. So Hal, Graves will look back into your eyes, and what you see in his eyes, the dejection you saw in his body, has been replaced by determination.
I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
$27.
Darn.
All right.
Oh,
Are you
so
going
we're not
to?
going
Are you going to continue to squeeze him?
I'm not going to squeeze. I'm holding him. Like, I'm not letting him go, but I'm not going to squeeze him again yet.
You hear a crack.
If he
You hear a crack as the loot is getting crushed between the two of you.
I'm gonna cast bending on the loot.
I was just about to do that as well.
You said mending?
Yeah.
I'm dropping
Also-
Susan on Graves' head.
So, as you cast mending on the loot, you try to, but it does not mend as it is a magical item.
Oh no.
Why can you people not just do what is right for the guild for once in your bloody contracted lives?
Roll me a
Yeah,
deception
I'm not
check.
contracted to do what's best for the guild. I'm contracted to kill the Lord of Chaos, dude.
Balsam,
Well, you,
Hell,
deception
you
check.
were let out of prison to be in this. You,
This
if anybody, should know. Just said that when we are sent here with a mission, we are sent here with a mission. I have been sent here with a mission.
Yeah,
I'm
but
having
you're
Susan sit on Graves.
I'm just gonna.
My mission is to assist the guild and the military in their endeavors. He is a wanted man by the military.
Yeah, he's not in my contract.
cactus.
He is priority to me right now.
Hold on, Hal.
right now, if you think about it, because right now you're with us to go through the castle, right? He's not an enemy. He's not fighting us. He's not imposing a threat.
He is an
So why-
enemy.
If he tries to hurt us, you could take him. But
Because if
until
we don't
then,
give him the second, he disappears again.
We don't know.
He has disappeared. He has disappeared. He has disappeared every time the military has gotten a hold of him before.
We don't know how long he's been in this castle for. For all we know, he's stuck here like everybody else.
He mingles on the outside world.
When was the last time that happened?
Cactus.
2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Has anybody seen him since?
As
Military's tried to catch him as he's popped up in multiple cities holding concerts, preaching the same thing. But each time they attempt to try to get him, they corner him, and as he begins to play his lute, he then disappears.
I am one of the few who has finally gotten my hands on him, and I am not going to be one of the ones to let him go again.
The lute breaks in half. Upon doing so, the lute breaks in half as you hear a loud boing as it distrants, and it falls to the ground. And you see the Bard just begin to squirm violently as he's trying to get out of your grip.
I'm gonna squeeze tighter.
What makes the most sense? Creating a stable time loop right now? Or so that I could get the loot back and get Graves off of him?
Well, that's the issue. You see, everybody roll me a wisdom save.
Ah, shit.
That was a great 16.
I'm guessing Susan never came out?
No.
14.
I rolled a nat 1.
Ooh.
+1.
I will say right now, none of you are considered allies, so none of you get +4.
7.
Yeah, I figured.
What am I with my initiative rolls today? Damn.
Graves, Hal, Thistle, y'all fail.
Yeah.
Needed a 17 to save.
Darn.
Oh shit.
Against
did I
what?
roll? Whoops.
Against a time stop. Effects
Sorry
of the
about that.
loot.
18.
Okay, you pass Balsam. So what happens as soon as the loot breaks, you feel, Thistle, through your concepts that time has just literally in a stable... the loot was a stable time loot, and it just broke. And it's just fucking winding out everywhere. And in doing so, Graves, Hal, and Thistle are temporarily stopped in time. Frozen
Okay,
I'm
but
going to
completely.
Sorry,
But
real
I've got
quick,
my
I'm
time
going to
aspect.
I am going to immediately use my action to end the spell on myself.
You are frozen in time.
I can use my action to end one spell on myself, or on one willing creature that I touch 4 times.
can't
for a
use
long
an
rest.
action.
You
One of
are
my abilities.
frozen in time. You cannot
is-
move. You cannot think.
I don't. Bullshit. It's a spell effect, is it not?
Yes.
It would have to be like a reaction, I think, because either way, you're frozen. When time stops, you're frozen. That was what I was attempting to do to reverse this.
Literally, a loot broke, and within a matter of a split second, you're all frozen within that time reference.
How did the loop break if I never continued to squeeze? I held.
You held, squeezed tighter, and I said it was cracking. There's pressure between the two of you.
So
It
I
was
said I
already-
was just-
It was already
just
breaking, and it was falling apart. And Thistle knows through their concept of a stable time loop, when it starts to break, it doesn't matter if you
Mhm.
do so, it will unravel quickly. The time loop unraveled, magic item broke. You guys are frozen for... I gotta roll a d20 for how many minutes?
I hope he knows how sorry I
This would
am.
have been all avoided if Balsam would have just used a fucking calling stone.
9
No.
minutes.
Fuck that.
No one's
So-
on your side, Popo.
So, 9 minutes you guys are frozen there for.
Cool.
This has some consequences in a bit. But,
Blossom's not frozen.
no.
Is it?
Balsam,
And I can't use my concept to get
Nope.
out of this.
Because-
Yep.
the way this is working is that you all were taken almost out of, reality in terms of, time, and you're stuck within that moment.
No, yeah, I understand. I'm just I
So,
was trying to do a time thing.
Mm-hmm.
and, Aurora, Balsam, you guys weren't affected. You see that they are completely grayed out. lost of all color and gray.
Not bad.
Especially our
What
loot
color?
hero.
The
That's
loot
weird.
hero, or whatever, he is not, but he's stuck in the grapple still.
Oh,
He's
no.
trying to get out.
Poor guy.
Hold on.
That's
Let
how
me-
he's
I
done.
did say I squeezed tight.
It goes so fast.
I will polymorph him into a squirrel. And tell him, hey, do not fight this and you'll get loose.
He looks to you and just... He sighs and nods, and you polymorph him into a squirrel, and he drops.
And then I decast it.
Are you going to unpolymorph him?
Yeah.
As you unpolymorph him, he's back, and he kind of like touches himself, because he's never done it before, and he just kind of looks at you and gives you a thumbs up. He, in like mime, looks down at his loot and picks it up, and you see like he's visibly sad as he like cradles it in his arms.
You got anything for that, Dora?
He sticks it into his backpack, and he points at Graves, and he like kind of like puts up his like fisticuffs and then points at him, and he gives like a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Nah, there's no need for that. He's just a stickler.
They'll break eventually, I think.
He walks over to Thistle, and he takes out a flute from his backpack and sticks it in your pocket. He then like salutes Balsam, and then he runs up the stairs away.
Before he runs away, one of them wanted your autograph, by the way. Can we get that real quick?
He like runs up the stair, then hops back down each step on one foot.
If we're at a time like pause, then we don't know that any of this is going on, correct?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, you do not.
Great. Okay.
And he just walks over, and he thinks for a moment. He then takes out a what is it? He takes out like a piece of leather that he has, and you just see him use like some tools
You
that
can
he
sign
has,
my shoulder or something.
and he just like embroids in the leather, punks will never die, and he does like his signature.
Sorry.
Great.
It's the instruments I have on me.
And he just gives you like a thumbs up, and he like dashes up the steps.
Thank you. Sorry for
Alright.
Rave.
Hold on.
Uh,
How many pops of counterspell do I have in my crown?
Awesome. Who wanted the autograph?
It was Thistle, I believe.
I'm gonna stick it in Thistle's hand.
And so after a few more minutes, time
Hold on.
Oh.
We take our previous places.
Yes.
Yes.
And so then afterwards,
You all suck
boom.
so badly.
Time unfreezes. Shunk, you're back in the time reference. And Graves, you just kind of squeeze tighter, and there's nothing in your arms anymore.
Boss.
Go!
Boss, and we'll drop forward. What was that?
The heck?
So roll me another one just for me. I just want just roll another one for me.
Just gonna wait till everybody's quiet first.
16.
Thistle, you have a flute in your pocket.
Gonna wait till everybody's quiet.
That's what it does.
Fuck.
Alright.
Well, I noticed. Anyways.
So if you look at Graves, he's looking down, and he's shaking, like he is shaking. And the next movement that you see is Graves with his sword at Balsam's neck.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
That's not very nice.
All you had to do was press the stop. All any of you had to do was follow orders.
Who's yours?
I'm gonna come
It's
up
the
behind.
guilds. It's your employers.
I'm gonna come up behind Graves and put a dagger to his neck.
Graves, I need you to understand something. We're all here for
And then-
different reasons.
So real quick, Graves, he's still shaking, and at this point, he's not. Like his demeanor's almost an instant changed. So he's just sad.
That's my brother whose knife you've got a neck to, or neck you've got a knife to.
Like the sword isn't even at his neck anymore.
He just holds a neck to my neck.
The sword isn't even at his neck anymore. It's like rattling off his fucking pauldrons and down his arms, and Graves is just. He's shaking and he's angry and he's sad and he's desperate.
Friend, need you to understand that we aren't going to solve this issue with certain means. What is the word I'm trying to say?
Ouch, Jesus Christ. You don't understand. You don't. None of you understand. None of you understand what it means to be me, what it means to be a grunt. Jesus Christ, emotions. My whole actual body is shaking. It has been from anger for the last like 15 minutes. I'm not even gonna lie. But now it's just emotions are coursing through my leg. My leg does this really horrible bouncy thing. Like uncontrollable muscle spasms.
Yeah.
Adorable.
None of you understand what it means to just be a grunt and absolute monster of an infrastructure. I am but a cog in the machine. But so are all of you.
To be chewing gum.
That's not my thing. My goal, the reason I joined the military in the first place was to advance through the ranks. I don't want to be a grunt. This is why Balsam being the leader has me so messed up mentally, because
Wait, when is
I'm
the leader?
meant to be a
The
follower.
army appointed him for being the leader because he had it was taken away from Graves because Graves too many times had led them into Mecha.
No, I'm talking to Graves in character.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They took it away from me because of because of recent reckless decisions that I have made regarding this group. The problem is that I've had to make these reckless decisions because that's all the decisions that any of you decide to make.
Shoot a look at Balsam over Graves' shoulder and just kind of give him a shrug at him being the leader.
Cactus, I have a few questions for you.
Can I interact with this person that I'm holding with a knife to his neck first?
Sure.
Basking spirit.
Sure.
The problem is I was sent to bring this group to order.
I'll just DM you, Cactus.
Well,
Okay.
you all have been, Official, Hal, and Balsam, you three have been part of one of the greatest adventuring teams that this guild has ever put together in its entirety of its career. Prango, your old friend Prango, was another step up from that as well. All four of you put together you were taking down threats that the guild has only dreamed of doing for years at this point. When Prango left, they needed somebody who could match up to your skill and keep everything in order. Because if we kept you in order, then more would get done. We would find more, we would do more. Maybe we'd finally be able to defeat the King of Chaos for good. Not just for temporary, but for good.
So I'm still holding Graves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to softly say to him, friend, if we've done such a good job where others have failed, maybe it's time to consider why we might have been able to do that. And I'm going to spend a point to use my Book of Hope to bolster faith. And I want Graves to have a renewed sense in his own self-worth, and that what he is, where he is right now, is temporary because he is a good soldier and he is well within his belief of what he is doing, and that working with us might feel like a setback, but he knows where he's going and he's going to get there. And I want to bolster his faith in himself.
While you are doing that, when that happens, when that is starting to happen, is there any indication, or like, do I feel it starting to happen?
This is against your will. This is if you accept it. This isn't like a spell. This is, I'm using like a Book of Concepts thing because like I consider you an ally even if I am not yours.
Then this is how I will respond. Graves looks at you. What was the last thing that you said in character?
That it might be time for you to ask why we were able to accomplish what you just so eloquently said.
Yep. Because if I look to your way, it means turning away from my own. I exist within order. I pledged my life to it. I pledged my mind, my soul, and my spirit to it.
The nice thing about a group of misfits, friend, is that we can accept the differences in where everybody comes from and take them as they are, and I'm going to release them. So I accept your bond that you have pledged to, and that it is what drives you. Do us the courtesy of extending the same acceptance. Let's leave it at that. Then I find my flute and like autograph it. I'm like, oh shit!
I'm gonna have to be honest. That's end of session for me. That's end of session for me. I don't want to even play anymore for that because my body is not done shaking.
Oh, babe. I love how much you commit to a character, Alex. I really, really do.
Mhm.
I'm sorry it takes
it
a toll on you, but mad respect.
Oh, it does. Holy shit! I can't even fucking lie.
One actor to another.
The entire stop time, I'm sitting over here staring off in his
Hold
face,
on.
just with anger.
Alex, I'm gonna send in the chat what I tried to do to you.
Oh dear.
Sorry, Spirit. I only took it because I'm like, I got a knife to this dude's throat right now.
Also, you realize Feeble Mind is only 46?
Is
That's a lot of damage.
No, the effect of Feeble Mind.
So,
And Alex, I give you big points.
Because
I give you good points because right there is the best fucking roleplay I have had in this game since day one.
Fix you.
DM burn.
It has nothing to do with you. I'm complimenting my friend.
I'm
gosh, everybody wants to make it about them. I'm complimenting
joking. Alex is a good role player. I was joking.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that was 90% role play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It was good. You did a very good job.
If you don't self-insert a bit, what are we even doing playing this game? Honestly.
That's how you get that emotion. emotion in there, and that whole last bit after the time stop was just straight real emotion. I want everybody to know that. Like, that's why I said it was end of session for me, because
Yeah.
I for me, I love going out on an emotional high like that.
Amen. Way to commit to your character, babe.
But what do you
I'm
think of that
perfectly-
thing, Alex?
I'm
That
perfectly
it
fine if- Yeah, I mean, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm perfectly fine if people would like to continue playing. I just,
I think
Graves
I'm
needs a
gonna.
break.
I think I'm gonna end the session there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.